Carl and Damon here from Games, Brains and a Head-Banging Life, gbhbl.com for short, and it is They Made What into a TV series. Guess what, everyone? You've seen the title, it's Donkey Kong Country. Episode 38, It Is a Wonderful Life. Or episode 12 of season 2, written by Terry Saltzman. Okay, folks, I'm going to put out there, this to me is the best episode of the entire show. I thought this was brilliant. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was entertaining. I thought it was risky. Because they do stuff with characters that might upset a younger person, a really young person who's watched these characters week by week by week, and then see, in particular, one who was downright terrible in this. And I was just thoroughly entertained throughout it. I thought it was really cleverly done. I love that not only is it a play on It's a Wonderful Life, the actual film, but you could argue it's a play on Christmas Carol. There's a lot of clever ideas in this one. Terry Saltzman, take a bow.
Again, but this is the same guy. Yep. Two great episodes which we enjoyed.
This is an impressive level of writing. This is how you do clever stories in a non-linear show this late in its run. So yes, I'm looking forward to talk about this one. DK and Diddy are off fishing and enjoying the day. They run into Funky and find out that he's lost his surfing stance. Basically, it's one of those mad funky things about he's lost his stance to the cosmos, man, and stuff like that. DK offers to show him how to get it back, but when he jumps on his board, he breaks it in half, being such a heavy ape. And Funky is naturally very angry and suggests that karma will get him back. DK has to run though, as Cranky is calling for him. At Cranky's hut, Cranky's angry that DK has basically put chains and locks around the coconut. DK's way of protecting it while he's away. Which is, do more of that. Although Cranky rightfully points out, well, I can't get to it either. Yeah, all right, okay, no, that's fair. It doesn't quite work. It doesn't help that DK has forgotten a combination. But furious, Cranky busts it open, which I thought was funny because it shows you that, all right, clever idea, DK, but if Cranky can just break him off, chances are K. Rool can too.
Of course.
And Cranky then chases DK out. At the barrel factory, DK overhears Candy and Bluster talking, let's be honest, sexy to each other. It is very, very innuendo-esque and busts in angrily. He trips over a barrel and causes a bit of chaos, messing up the factory. And angry Candy reveals that Bluster was going to give her a raise, and because Bluster has his biggest order ever. But DK has ruined it now, and Bluster refuses to promote or give Candy the raise, seeing as the order's been messed up and DK's chased off again.
So her way of getting a raise is by flirting with her boss.
No. This is one time that is missed. This is one of those classic humours, classic comedy things. Hearing something that you think is something it's not. What we're hearing, because I went back and re-listened to it, knowing that they're talking about the order, the money. When she's all like, oh my God, I'm so pleased, thank you for this, and all that. She's talking about a raise. Because DK, who probably is worried constantly about Bluster's moves, hears it in a way, that's what it is.
Well, to be fair to DK and to the people watching the show, she hasn't exactly put herself in good light.
Of course.
It's always going to be that mistrust.
But when he busts in and you find out the truth, you know immediately that's not the case.
Of course
it is.
They're
not flirting.
It shows why they shouldn't be together, because of the distrust.
I'm okay with this. It's done in a comedy way, and what we're doing in a really clever, short, concise way is having DK upset everyone. Really well done. Finally, DK runs into Diddy, and Diddy is holding his favourite ball. DK wants to play with it. Let me throw it. Diddy's not too sure, but does agree. But DK ends up throwing it really far away and losing it. And now Diddy is mad and suggests that DK should have disappeared instead. That's a little bit
harsh.
Extreme. And it's kind of an awkward way for us to get Diddy involved in this. I'm sure there could have been other ways to get Diddy angry with DK than this. And we now see K. Rool watching, and he laughs at DK's current situation. DK is hoovering, falls over, and admires his image in a mirror before going to sleep. What? That was weird as hell.
Again, I thought we missed something.
It was just weird how we get there. Diddy arrives and wakes him up. It's late now, and angrily tells him he's supposed to be at dinner in honour of the future ruler of Congo Bongo. DK begs Diddy to lie for him, but it's too late as everyone is outside and gives DK shit, then leaves. Well, angry with DK for basically standing them up at the dinner. Okay.
Man, when he's boss, man, he best be a fucking be shit to them, man, because they treat him like crap, man.
Yeah, but he could be a little more careful.
It could be, yeah, but it's like, come on, man, this guy's supposed to be your future leader, man.
Doesn't mean anything. You're not supposed to bow down to your leaders. You're supposed to... No.
Well,
if your leaders are poor and your leaders are doing a crap job and your leaders are upsetting everybody, they get called out at Damon. They get called out at you little Tory.
Let's look at their choices. Cranky. Did he?
Cranky would be the best leader of all.
Really?
Yeah, Cranky. Uh-huh.
The guy just pops in as a hologram every now and then and loses the coconut.
He's the one that everybody goes to when they're in trouble. He's the one that gives everybody advice. He's the one that orders everybody around.
Next time it goes missing, go get the coconut yourself, you fucking...
Then let's have K. Rool. Then let's have K. Rool as leader. I think K. Rool will be perfectly fine.
I'll go that.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So DK is now depressed and decides to leave Congo Bongo since he thinks they're better off without him. He's even got like a hobo pack, which I laughed at. He sings a song called If I Wasn't Around. When the song ends though, he bangs his head on a tree. And when he wakes up, he's now a spirit. But before he can take that in, he sees K. Rool coming through the jungle with the coconut. Not with the coconut, sorry. He's running what DK thinks is the coconut. DK tries to stop him, but K. Rool runs straight through him. Diddy now arrives, clearly looking for K. Rool, but doesn't see DK and runs through him too. So, yeah, basically he's a spirit. He's a ghost. He's not really there. Nobody can see him. Eddie, the mean old Yeti, then appears. Also as a spirit and calls himself DK's guardian angel. He's going to be DK's spirit guiding this. He's going to be Clarence. The Yeti reveals that DK doesn't exist. So this is Congo Bongo without DK. My ears pricked up and I was like, all right, let's do this. Eddie then takes DK into the air and gets him to watch. DK says Diddy confronting K. Rool over a papier-mâché lily pad. I laughed. Thought that was so clever. Just make it something absurdly stupid because the coconut's done.
Yep.
But at least that ties into the world of Congo Bongo. But in an alternate world, let's make it something completely pointless. Yep. K. Rool calls Diddy evil. And it is now revealed that Diddy Kong is a psychotic tyrant. And oh my God, I was just like, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Go all in it. Now of course, they don't go all in like I want them to do.
No, of course not.
But they go enough with it, particularly later on when a certain pair of apes are subjugated by him, that I was like, no, I'm down with this.
Yeah.
K. Rool manages to escape and Eddie takes DK to the barrel factory. There, it is revealed that Kanye and Bluster are now married and in love. They're happy together. And DK is absolutely heartbroken by what he sees. Then Eddie takes him to Cranky, and there, this is where I laugh so hard. He sees Cranky basically on his hands and knees, kissing the feet of Diddy, swearing allegiance to Diddy, who's basically the equivalent of K. Rool using Funky and Cranky as his minions.
Yep.
That's so cool. That's so clever.
Funny,
And instead of ever wanting a crystal coconut, it's all about getting the papier-mâché lily pad. And Diddy then has a maniacal laugh. You know what I mean by maniacal laugh, people? I just went, this is fun. I hope the voice actors had fun with this switch up. You know? DK is obviously now fully freaking out and seems to be understanding finally what is going on. He and Eddie watches Diddy and his minions head off to destroy the lizards. It's song time as DK sings a song called Let Me Go Back to My Home. It seems to work, and Eddie makes it so that DK now exists. But in this world.
Yep.
Which confused me, but, whatever.
Yeah.
DK heads off to the barrel factory, but neither Kanye or Bluster remembers him. And DK tries to convince her about their relationship, but his words about what him and Candy have been through upset Bluster, who now dumps Candy and leaves. Did love that. Mumsy was right about you. Like, what did Mumsy say? Did you now get Bluster?
Yep.
Yeah. She is furious with DK, but before she can hurt him, they are interrupted by Diddy. He wants Bluster's helicopter, but Kanye brightly points out Bluster's taken it away and it's all DK's fault. So he confronts DK. Kanye and Diddy argue about who hates DK the most, and he uses that opportunity to leave. DK goes to Funky and convinces the ape that they're friends from another life. A story that resonates with Funky, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
Because, yes, of course, Funky's cosmic bullshit would work.
It would, yeah.
And Deacon's like, oh, we're friends from another life. And Funky's like, hey, brother, I feel... Like, I was like, yep, it finally works.
I know, probably.
It does.
He's always mad at that, so...
But DK accidentally breaks his plane and Funky turns on him. And I thought, God, that's so clever.
Yep.
We're doing the same thing, but in this world. In the jungle, DK runs into Diddy after calling him little buddy, which makes Diddy extremely angry. DK reveals they were friends and suggests they play catch. But once again, DK throws his ball far away and Diddy starts to cry before swearing that he will get revenge on DK, and the ape runs off. Last resort time, K. Rool. And he's able to convince him that he's not a bad guy. But he's given the paper mache lily pad, drops it and breaks it. It's just like, Jesus Christ, dear Donkey Kong. The lizards now give chase and they head off on minecarts as the rest of the apes arrive. It's a minecart chase. We haven't had one of them in a while.
No, that's been a while.
So it's okay. Anyone DK crashes. Everyone chases him to Cranky's hut and DK calls for Eddie's help. He's surrounded and Donkey Kong points out that, yeah, look, you're all angry with me, but you're all working together.
Yep.
And everyone agrees. But point out that he still destroyed a paper mache lily pad, so they have to kill him regardless. So that's what I like. That's what I like about this episode is, hey, here's a lesson. You're all working together, united in your hatred of me. And Diddy's like, yeah, that is great. Still gonna kill you though.
Yeah.
And they've actually used. They don't say kill, but they say tear him apart.
Yeah, which is.
And I was like, that's different terminology.
Yes.
DK comes up with the idea of using this version of the coconut as the new symbol. And this seems to calm everyone down momentarily. But then they still attack him anyway. So again, I love the fact they kept leading back into that.
Yep.
And DK, attempting to escape, is caught in the traps and launched away into a tree. So I like that as well. DK gets caught in the traps. This is enough to snap him out of his dream as the others come looking for him. They've been looking for him because they've been worried. And they find him asleep and tell him, look, we've been worried about you. We don't want you to leave or anything like that. But naturally, when he wakes up, he freaks out, thinking he's still in that world. But finds out it was just a dream and is simply happy to be home.
Yeah.
That's how it ends. Top stuff. It's top stuff.
Yeah,
it's funny, it's clever, it's interesting, it's fast, it's frantic, it's got a clever finale. We know from the start it's a dream.
Yep.
So the ending, I'm fine with. We know how it has to end. We know it's a dream. What I wanted them to do is go wacky and wild with it. I think they went as wacky as wild as they could.
Yep.
Bear in mind, it's a children's show.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah, can't actually wish that this guy had been writing earlier. You know, it's sort of like I mean, this episode tells me that they knew the show's coming to an end, so they thought, you know what, let's just go for it.
Possibly. I don't know because we don't know when these were written.
Of course, yeah.
And we don't know if this was written earlier. I don't know. They were probably written in bulk as well.
I would say.
I also don't want to pour dispersions upon writers like Erica Strobel.
No.
And the reason being is because if you've written 20 episodes, how many more ideas can you cut? That may be part of the reason as why later episodes aren't written by her.
Yeah.
Because it's the simple fact is that ran out of ideas. Couldn't think of anything more. Thought it needed a refresh. I think if they asked me to come up with 20... Now, bear in mind we've watched... this is 30th episode. Come up with a new idea for this show yourself. I would probably struggle.
It would be difficult, yeah.
I would struggle to come up with something that was uniquely good. I could probably write something that was basic and bullshit.
Yeah, of course.
But not good. That's the problem. So I don't want to kind of cast aspersions on anyone. But I do like the writing of Terry Saltzman, and I do like what was done in this episode.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's it, really. This is one well worth checking out.
Yep.
Episode 38, It's a Wonderful Life. Episode 12 of Season 2. Do you agree? You got any thoughts on it? You know what to do? Let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. If you really liked what you saw, consider donating to keep the website and channel running by buying us a coffee via our coffee page or picking up some merch from our Big Cartel store. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as via our social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as well as listen to our interviews via SoundCloud, Apple Music and Spotify. Just search for GBHBL. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?